I think all of us had those moments when we crave for snacks in between meals and wish that there was something convenient and healthy that we could have, especially during these times when a lot of us are working from home. So, Craig and his team at Snack Conscious are exactly building that. Thanks for joining in, Craig.
Thank you for having me.
So, just to start off with, tell us more about what you're building at Snack Conscious and how did you embark on this journey?
Yeah, so I'm vegan, I'm plant-based, and as I kind of moved from being, it's one thing to be plant-based and vegan, and it's another thing to be healthy. And I eat all day. I'm not a intermittent fasting person. I truly believe that there are some people that can do it, and some people that it's just not the way their body works. So I snack a lot,
Okay.
and I was also traveling a lot and on the go, and I would pick up things, whether it's at Whole Foods planning a trip or a coffee shop or Starbucks in the airport, and I would look at the packaging and I would say, I don't know what some of these ingredients are,
Right.
and they're not. It doesn't sound like something I would normally eat. Like,
Right.
why would I eat vegetable glycerin or inulin or maltodextrin and all these things? And these are things that are in organic, healthy snacks or
Okay.
healthy snacks.
Hmm.
And so I said, that's something I'd like to work on. So I started the business as a direct to consumer subscription. And although we still do that, we realized when we weren't seeing as much repeat as we wanted, and we interviewed customers that they want to pick up a snack at the office when they're going out to grab a coffee, when they're doing their shopping, on
Right.
Amazon, in the airport. So we decided, okay, we need to be omni-channel.
Yeah.
And I would say previous to this, I would have told any entrepreneur, do not go omni-channel. You have to go into one channel, own it, then move to the next channel, move to the next channel.
Mm-hmm.
And we realized that in this category, we weren't going to win unless we were omni-channel. So January of this year, we launched into retail, put our products up on Amazon, which is a lot more complicated than just putting your products up on Amazon. There's a lot to it.
Yeah.
And so then we went, okay, we're going to be available in all of these channels,
Right.
coffee shops, gyms, yoga studios.
Okay.
And that's what I started it because I wanted there to be truly healthy, whole food snacks available to consumers.
Awesome. Awesome. That's a great mission. So I guess things would have got more complicated with multiple distribution channels coming into picture now for you.
Yeah. Well, not only did they become more complicated with multiple distribution channels, COVID hit 3 months after we started this strategy. So we had, let's say we got into 100 coffee shops and gyms and yoga studios. That stopped overnight. So all of those channels went away, and then offices closed down.
Right.
So we were selling to distributors that, if you've been in any office with more than 50 or 100 people, they've got snacks, they've got coffee.
Right.
These are serviced by very specific food service distributors.
That's right.
So all of that business dried up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then our retail, which we had just launched 3 months before, and we were getting interest, that didn't stop, but we hadn't really launched into very many retailers at that time. Right. And all of those any prospective retailers literally said, we're not looking at anything new.
Okay.
We're just trying to get somebody in the store and out of the store as quickly as possible. We don't want them browsing for what's new. We want them to get what's on their list and get out. And same with the consumer. Most of the coffee shops are not carrying products from outside. They just want to get coffee. They're having 3 people in at a time and out. Like, people aren't hanging out.
Yeah.
The gyms and yoga studios are just opening up again,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
honestly, they're never going to be. It's never going to be the same. So we're kind of
Yeah.
counting them out. Offices. I don't know anybody yet that has gone back to their office full time
Yeah. They
that
haven't.
works at a corporate office,
Right.
right? Like
Yeah.
minimum is, yeah, if you're a solo entrepreneur, maybe you're going back to your office. But if you work at any major, tech firm or financial firm or really
Yeah.
anything, you're not going back until at least January. So that has to open up. So it's really a focus on getting retail listings.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, things have picked up, but
Yeah.
certainly a challenge.
Got it. So speaking of tech firms, I think you have been a serial entrepreneur and you have, managed tech firms in the past. So how was this experience of, transitioning from tech products to a tangible product for you?
Well, yeah, I used to do tangible products and then I went into technology and now
Okay.
I'm back to tangible products. I
Hmm.
like how you say it, tangible products. I like that.
Yeah.
So I think like anybody who has run a business and there's things that happen in all businesses, managing people,
Right.
managing product development, whether
Yeah.
you're developing software or you're developing a tangible product,
Hmm.
you have a process that you go through that actually isn't that. Yes, software has a different process than a process developing food,
Hmm.
but it's not that different, right? It's like
Right.
idea, testing, evaluation, iteration,
Yeah.
putting it most uh, uh, minimal viable product into the
Yeah.
market, getting feedback. It's very similar. So um, a lot of things transport over from business to business.
Hmm.
And so what you have to learn in each of these businesses is more about how the market and the buyers or consumers act differently.
Hmm.
Um, I'm in the consumer packaged good business right now, and I'm dealing with retailers
Right.
who, they have listing fees. They want samples. They want giveaways. They want like a lot of things that actually happen in also other industries, right? Trade promotion dollars, um, dealing with buyers. A buyers in in uh, in B2B tend to
Hmm.
be the same. They're
Okay.
hard to get a hold of. They're demanding.
Right.
A lot of the same things. In technology, uh, again, you're selling a product
Right.
to a buyer
Right.
who might not necessarily see a need for it. So
Right.
um, very similar things across different businesses that you can apply if you have
Hmm.
the experience.
But I guess the cycles are longer in the tangible product, like for example, the testing cycle or your product development one, or is it the same? You didn't feel any difference?
I mean, I think as you get bigger,
Hmm.
everything is longer because there's
Right.
more people and there's more process,
Hmm.
um, which is good and bad, right? Like,
Hmm.
I mean, we could bring a product to market probably in 3 months.
Right.
A big brand might take a year,
Right.
but they also might do it better. They might have uh, a lot more steps in the process that
Hmm.
ensures everything's ready to go, and we're scrappy and just like how quickly can we get this new flavor to
Hmm.
market.
Hmm.
Like as an example, right now we're trying to make a new flavor of snack bomb, and it's based on like a popular Canadian, well, I'll just tell you, it's s'mores, right? So it's
Hmm. Right.
marshmallow, chocolate, graham cracker.
Hmm.
And so it's hard to find, well, we haven't found yet something that can act as the graham cracker that is gluten
Okay.
free, that is vegan. And so, like, yeah, it's just research and kind of trying to figure things out.
I think it's that perennial question of speed versus perfection when you.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm very good at getting things to 80%. So I'm definitely not perfection.
Okay, okay. And as a CPG business, so like you touched upon it, but I wanted to ask in detail, like as a CPG business, what were some of the biggest challenges that you faced? Like also, if you have to advise, someone who's just getting started with the CPG business, what would that be?
I probably would have spent more time
Hmm.
on initial product development.
Okay.
Um, I think the idea of a minimum viable product in some industries, like people are okay getting something that's not perfect
Right.
and knowing that it's going to be get better, let's say
Right.
in software. Um, Whereas if if somebody eats your product
Hmm.
and has a bad experience,
Hmm.
oh, it's dry, oh, it's oily, oh, this
Hmm.
tastes too salty.
Hmm.
They they don't usually come back.
Yeah. Right.
So spending more time on getting the actual product
Hmm.
perfectly market ready in
Okay.
the beginning, which seems obvious, but
Hmm.
uh, it, it it's worth saying. Um, that would probably be my number one around
Okay.
CPG, and probably number two is um, understanding that even though you think your product is different,
Right.
uh, you're not the judge, right? The
Hmm.
consumer is going to be the judge.
Right.
So really look at the competition and
Hmm.
really examine it. So, for example, we have an energy ball, and I might have been in a couple of stores, and I'm like, oh, there's only like 3 or 4 other energy balls. Like,
Hmm.
that's great. We now have a spreadsheet of 60 different energy balls that are available across North America. So there's 60. And then you start comparing the ingredients. You
Right.
compare the sugar level, the protein level, the
Hmm.
fiber, all of these things, and you can actually see where you stand. And then
Hmm.
you have to pull out, okay, what's our differentiator?
Right.
And there has to be when there's 60 other energy balls, you're not going to build a large, sustainable business if you're just, you can't go to market by saying we're 2 grams sugar less than everybody else.
Yeah.
It's, or
It's
we're
right.
tasty.
Right. It's like a commodity for the consumer. Like if there are 60 brands
Yeah,
out there. Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I can personally relate to the spending more time on the initial product development one because, like, yeah, as you mentioned, once the consumer is unhappy with the product, they would never come back whatsoever you
yeah.
do. And that's a good point. So, where would you want, snack conscious to be in the next 6 to 8 months?
Oh, 6 to 8 months. Uh, so I think we kind of think of 2021, and
Mm-hmm.
and for us, uh, that we, I guess there's probably three parts to us that we have truly identified and executed on a differentiator,
Right.
because I don't think it's not, I don't think we aren't there. We don't have a true differentiator. So we're truly like really digging in and figuring out not what is our differentiator, what can we do to the product, the package, the brand, so there is truly a differentiator.
Right.
Um, and that could be an ingredient,
Mm-hmm.
that could be a dietary outcome. There's a lot of different things. And then enhancing the brand, and the brand goes everything from, brand is not a logo, brand is not a website. It's, how can the brand be in service
Right.
of the consumer?
Mm-hmm.
Truly in service, the brand becomes in service of the consumer. And
Okay.
then number three, that we're available nationally, that we're in 3 to 5 of the top 10 grocers in Canada.
Right.
And those would be the three.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. And lastly, Craig, so at Epic, we are also trying to connect you with people out there who can help you in this journey. So are you facing, like you mentioned, obviously, but are there any challenges where you would love to get some external help?
Uh, we have a lot of help right now. I'm definitely good at asking for help in different areas.
Okay.
I think everybody's. I would say the challenge that we have on the direct to consumer side is acquiring customers at a reasonable cost, which is this,
Right.
our target is $30, and everybody says, every agency says they can help you until they actually execute, and it never happens.
Right.
But we believe that that's really most likely our job in
Okay.
first identifying and creating a differentiation,
Yeah.
being very clear on what that
Mhm.
dietary outcome is. And when I say dietary outcome, it could be like, it's very clear that like this eliminates hunger in 2 minutes, or this as a breakfast will help you lose weight. This is the best product to break a fast with. Like, it's those types of things that we're very clear on. And then I
Mhm.
think our actual costs to acquire customers will go down because there won't be any confusion. Yeah, we're
Okay.
always interested. I'm very open
Mhm.
to talking to other founders. We often have meetups. I've had meetups
Right.
at my house with other CPG founders. Now we do it online.
Mhm.
Um,
Well, thanks a lot, Craig. Those were like some really great insights. I know these are like tough times, especially for CPG companies and small companies, but I think you're getting there. So all the best for your future.
all right. Thank you very much.